Hey, folks, this clip is brought to you by Farm Bureau Health Plans. For better coverage, better rates, and better service, go to fbhp.com/ATOZ. That is Farm Bureau Health Plans. What do you think, Zach? Tennessee, Kentucky. It's 7 o'clock, I believe. Is it SEC Network? I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I have to check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure SEC Network, because it's not ESPN. Like Fowler's not calling the game like he did last year. I saw the announcers,
Jesse
morning.
Palmer and somebody. Yeah. Or Jordan. I get those. Jesse Palmer, yeah, not Jordan Rogers. They're the same person, pretty much.
Yeah, they're the color guy. Whoever it is, it's not on the main channel. And so, we already talked about kind of the importance of it being a night game and what that might mean. Do you think Tennessee will be able to walk into Lexington and get a win for the Wildcats?
I mean, see, I did correctly kind of predict the Alabama game last week. Unfortunately, I had Alabama winning. I did have Tennessee covering, but I thought Alabama would end up winning that game. Not the way that they did, but being right is being right, I guess. I think I'm kind of with you when it comes to playing Kentucky. Like, you always just find a way to win this game. The only time you haven't recently was that 2020 season when it was just a disaster, and that was really when the wheels fell off. And we all know kind of that program was in a mess at the time. So I think if Tennessee can keep their intensity that they had and their edge that they had in the first half against Alabama, and I think they will, because you kind of heard some of those comments from Elijah Herring, like, we thought we had the game won. And I don't think every player on the field felt that. I do think some did. I think some of the younger players that they're counting on kind of felt that way, like, oh, we got them. They didn't really understood what it took to close that game out. I think they probably learned that lesson the hard way, because they weren't really in that position against Florida. They never had a chance to close that game out. They were trying to play catch up after that brutal second quarter. This time they kind of saw what it was like to execute, and I think the coaching staff kind of saw, hey, we can't coach like that again. We can't make these dumb fourth down decisions. We got to play field position or call better plays. I think they'll rebound. If they don't, I think there's serious cause for concern. The rest of the season, like you said, that Missouri game, that Georgia game, really, they probably turn into losses after that. But I think Tennessee will get it done this week. I have them winning 31-20.
I do too. I'll just say it straight out there. And it's for everybody watching. Drop your comments in there with your predictions, and we'll read those. We already got a few here. Larry says 24-17 Tennessee. Titans YouTuber says 31-9. Oh, tough couple of days for the Titans. Mr. Jones says 33-13. I assume Tennessee's the winner there for Mr. Jones. And Billy Bob says 35-17 Vols. Yeah, my take, and at this point, I've said this for years on this show, with the Kentucky game, it's a win for Tennessee until it's not. It's the exact opposite of Florida, and I should have chosen Florida to beat Tennessee in the Swamp. What was I thinking? I'm going to do that until it happens. From now on, fine, I've changed my policy there. But with this one, it's just across the board. It's a win until it's not, period. I think Tennessee's a better team. I think despite the shortcomings of Joe, I think he is the better quarterback here. I think Tennessee has the better defense, at least the defensive line. Farm Bureau Health Plans has been serving Tennesseans for over 75 years, and much has changed in Tennessee over the years, but some has stayed the same. Farm Bureau Health Plans has always valued personal relationships, especially when it comes to good health and good service. Plan on Farm Bureau Health Plans for health, dental, and vision. For better coverage, better rates, and better service, go to fbhp.com/ATOZ or walk into one of their 200 plus locations across the state of Tennessee. That is fbhp.com/ATOZ, Farm Bureau Health Plans. I think Tennessee will be able to run the ball. Will they be able to throw the ball like we were saying and hoping? Nah, I'm not so sure. But I'll say that Tennessee, you get like a 250-yard rushing night out of this one. Tennessee's defensive line holds up against the run with Kentucky from Kentucky, and Tennessee outlasts them. Now, I will say I think it's not going to be a total blowout like last year. Now, I predicted not a total blowout last year, and Tennessee really, felt some disrespect there, clearly, and blasted Kentucky. But I'll say 31-20. What did you say?
31-20.
31-20. So I'll go a little bit different here. I'll say, I mean, that's a good score. That's a really good score. 31-20. I'll just say I'll stick with 31. I'll say 31-24. So Kentucky gets 4 more points. There.
So we both have them. We both have Tennessee covering. I think it's 3.5 right now.
Yeah, it's very close. I mean, the road game to me is dicey. I wouldn't be surprised if Kentucky has lead for a chunk of this game. Oof. They did in 2021. It was very, very back and forth.
A lot of the games against Kentucky are, and Tennessee just finds a way. I think it's like the great was it Nigel or Daniel Batuli made that great tackle in one season. Alontae Taylor with the interception. So even in those close games, it feels like Tennessee just finds a way. And I think both of those games might have been at Kentucky. I'm not sure.
I think for sure they both were, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I think the Batuli stop, it produced a really great meme of a sad Kentucky fan. It's like a dude with a beard in the crowd. It was like,
And I think the Alontae interception might have been one of the sad Will Levis moments.
Yeah. It was. Oh man, yeah, there have been some good ones with Levis, who's going to be starting for the Titans this weekend, supposedly.
Ooh, what emotions you must feel.